High scoring first half in Atlanta, and the Kings with a 69-point first half. Offense, not an issue at all. They're pretty much scoring when they want. Everyone's chipping in. It's a little odd that the Kings have that many points. And Sabonis, up until that last 90 seconds, had only taken 3 shots, but he got it going towards the end of that second quarter. But great to have you here on the halftime. Napes, Rhino, and Sacktown, Jerry Reynolds. Jerry, let's start with you. Pretty good half for the Kings.
Yeah, I thought the energy at the start of the game, obviously ball movement, as you pointed out, the offense has been terrific. I
Yep.
don't think you could say the same about the defense, but pretty porous, I think. But offensively, very unselfish, ball moving beautifully. A lot to like.
Yeah, Jerry, much to like. I would say the defense in the first half was not bad. The offensive boards, they gave up too many, but the game plan was clear. You can't let Trae Young beat you. And in the second quarter, that completely broke down, guys.
Yeah, I thought really once with Trey off the floor, the Hawks offense got moving better. I mean, and of course, I think that, sometimes happens when you're stopping a star like Trey Young is, maybe a little letdown, not taking some of the other guys very serious. And so anyway, the Hawks are pretty much still back in it. I mean, I think, but third quarter, again, going to be very important to start.
I just look at this, when you watch this game, if you didn't even know anything about the teams, Sacramento's just a better team than Atlanta. They got better players. The Kings are going to have to play very poorly not to win this game, in my opinion. And I'm not maligning the Hawks, but the Kings should have no problem winning this game, and they should have no problem winning tomorrow against a Toronto team that's not very good, and they've already got some injuries. And I think this is a road trip that's setting up beautifully with Miami at the end. And Miami is Miami, but I like the prognosis for this road trip, guys. The Kings really are they're better than these teams. Plain and simple, they're better.
Yeah, the Hawks, especially when 3 of their top 5 guys aren't playing.
Exactly.
And they're really, I think, even if they're totally healthy, I mean, you'd still like the Kings' chances, or at least I would. But I mean, without Hunter and Bogdanovich and Dyson Daniels, they're a very thin team. And then, as you point out, Grant, I mean, getting to go on the road to Toronto without Scotty Barnes.
Oh, boy.
I mean, he's by far their best player. So there's one thing about it is Kings will have no excuses. They are the more talented team. They just got to go win these next 2 for sure.
And I think you saw that.
I just wanted to say one thing about Scotty Barnes. The Raptors are playing tonight at home, Rhino, and they're down 25 to the Lakers at the half. The Lakers are up 25 at the half in Toronto. But sorry, Rhino, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, it's tough ass. Not a real scorer in Toronto without Scotty right now. But I was going to say the Hawks have not really needed to make any difficult shots. Most everything's been at the rim or uncontested. Anything outside of that, the Kings have been the better matchup on the other end of the court, and you send the Hawks to the free throw line 14 times in the half. That's a problem as well.
I do think that the Kings defensively, they're trying to do a lot of different things, really helping, doubling and all that. I'm not sure you need to do that against this team. I think in a lot of ways, just go play them straight up. And I think you'd probably have a lot less breakdowns than we've seen. Certainly Trae Young is one guy you probably could use a little help on. But then again, so far, I mean, with De'Aaron and Keon Ellis, I mean, they've done a nice job on him.
I love the free throw shooting. I love the free throw shooting, guys, by the Kings. This year, it's such a big improvement. DeMar DeRozan's really helped in that area, but 15 of 17 from the line, Rhino.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Complete turnaround from last season so far in this small sample size. De'Aaron Fox, 3 fouls. He's going to have to play without fouling here in this second half, Jerry.
Yeah, he is. No question about it. I mean, you got to keep him on the floor. He'll be a key in this second half. And as Grant pointed out, I think a real key, continue to get to the line. I mean, no question, DeMar DeRozan's the key to all of that. I mean, he's a guy that just simply you can't keep him off the line, and it really helps his teammates, I think, as well.
Guys,
Jerry, you get 6 fouls, right? 6 fouls in this league. You get 6 fouls, right? Fox has got 3. You get 6, right?
You get 6, and you won't foul out. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Until that 6th one, he gets to play if they want him to play.
Okay.
DeMar DeRozan makes. Oh, go ahead. Great.
No,
I was going to say
I
DeMar
just wanted to
DeRozan.
make sure we. Yeah.
Go ahead.
What about DeMar DeRozan?
Oh, just that he makes the whistle look so easy. He gets it so easily, whereas last year the Kings, the whistle was a little bit tougher to get.
He's so skilled. I just love his post game. I mean, or even his mid range game, but his post game where he can spin, to the right shoulder, to the left shoulder, ball fakes. I mean, he really, and he's deceptively quick. I think he really tricks guys. He's one of those guys a little quicker than you think he is.
Rhino, what's the final score going to be?
I think it's going to remain close, Grant. I'm going to say Kings 127, Atlanta 120. Jerry?
I'm thinking about 128, 118. 10-pointer. I think they can get away from them a little bit.
I got the Kings scoring 60 points in the second half. I got them winning 129 to 114.
Kings across the board. Love it, gentlemen. Yeah. As it should be.
I just don't see how the Kings lose this game unless they get an injury or two. Or I just, as Jerry said, without their best players on the floor, they are very thin. I'm talking about the Hawks. They just can't score enough to beat the Kings. And the Kings are going to have to go ice cold. And Jerry, we know this because we've been in Atlanta many times when the Kings were a better team and we get on the bus and we're like, what the hell happened? So it is Atlanta. I don't know what's the problem, but nothing is for sure when you're playing in Atlanta, it seems like with the Kings.
Well, it is one of those arenas where you have to provide your own energy. Now, the road team always does, but it's different because you don't even have anybody booing you. I mean, it's like a theater performance. It always has been. And I think that hurts the road teams. I mean, the Hawks themselves are kind of used to it. And unless they're in the playoffs, I always say that's the way it used to be in Kansas City when the Kings were there. It's pretty much like a theater performance. You go and very nice, very nice. Thank you guys. Good baskets. Good basket.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Good to see the Kings bench come alive a little bit, gentlemen. Keon Ellis, really good first quarter, 10 there. You get 19 overall from the bench in the first half.
Yeah, Keon was terrific. Obviously, Malik, and nice to see Trey Lyles stick one, So, Trey's really, and really the interesting thing to me is you're seeing Coach Brown really kind of going to that, staying pretty small. I don't, using Trey Lyles behind Domas. And so, and of course, I think against this team, he can do that. So we'll see.
DJ says, Grant underestimating Hawks and Trey. No, I'm not underestimating them. I'm just speaking the truth. They've got very good players that are not playing because of injuries. And when you look at their roster and you put it next to the Kings roster, it doesn't compare. I mean, the Kings roster is superior. It's pretty simple to me.
Yeah, there's Trey Young is terrific. And I mean, but you put DeAndre Hunter and Dyson Daniels and Bogey Bogdanovich out there with Trey. Then Trey looks the game is much easier for Trey. Right now, the Kings can really focus on him, and it makes it tough.
Yeah, and he's not playing that well. Trey Young didn't do much in the first half in terms of, his shooting percentages. I mean, he was 1 of 5 from 3. He missed 6 shots. Yeah, he's in double figures, but, he had to take a lot of shots to get there. And listen, Trey Young is capable. We know that. We've seen him. Trey Young is capable to come out and have one of those 20 to 25 point quarters. I mean, the guy has that ability, but as Jerry said, the supporting cast is just not there right now.
No, it's not. And that's one of the things that I think the Kings had to lay on. And especially, guys, these third quarters as well. They're the second best in the NBA, the Kings, in third quarter net rating through the season so far. Can we get another big third quarter out of them, Jerry?
Well, I think it's important. Like I say, these first few minutes, if you could jump on these guys, you might have a comfortable game. And I think I really like Coach Brown's substitutions because he's keeping everybody fresh. So if you have to play your main guys bigger minutes in the second half, you can do that. You hope that's not the case with a back-to-back situation coming up.
Well, it looks like Keon Ellis is part of the rotation again, and he played very well in the first half, Rhino.
Yep, absolutely. He's come alive since his plus 59 in the plus-minus column in Utah. Good to see him active and good to see him not hesitating when he's open. That's really important.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys. I mean, as long as he understands his role, which he does. I mean, go out there and defend, be a ball mover, be a shot taker if you're open. You don't have to really hunt for much. You got some guys that can hunt for shots and get good ones. So yeah, it's good seeing him back in there and playing a lot of minutes, and I think he'll be really valuable as this season goes.
Jerry, we appreciate it. And I know you love these afternoon starts. It fits in perfect with your schedule.
Boy, it sure does. I'm telling you, I'm just thrilled about it, to be honest with you, because I can watch the rest of the game and then watch other games and pop some popcorn, and life can't get any better than that.
There you
Got to have your popcorn. I love it. Jerry, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
See you tomorrow. Can't wait, guys.
All right, good stuff right there from Jerry. And the Kings with a lead here, Rhino, at the half, 69-59. All three of us had the Kings winning this game. And, yeah, you made a good point about the third quarter. And I want to see this team play the third quarter the way they did the first quarter. I love the way the Kings started this game. I thought it was outstanding.
Yeah, I'm with you, Grant. They were hitting on all cylinders. The ball movement was excellent. They were cutting with intention, and everything was there. There's a lot of areas still where they can improve, as we've laid out, but great.
All right, what's the one area that you think is number one on your list for improvement?
Tonight, it's definitely on-ball defense. It's the on-ball defense, because that is what's causing the help to come over and or the doubling, which then opens up the wide open looks that we've seen at the rim.
Well, we're going to be on right after the game. We will be breaking it down. We invite your phone calls. So give us a call after the game. Let's talk about this one. Right now, it's 69-59. I have a feeling the beam is going to be lit for a long time. I like the way the Kings are playing right now. They're really hitting these cities at the right time. Key players are out of the lineup for the Hawks and the Raptors tomorrow. There's just no excuse to lose either tonight or tomorrow. And you get on a roll and then see what happens with the Miami game. And then you get Toronto in your first home game back. So right now, I like the way the schedule is looking, Rhino. The Kings have an opportunity here to really pad their record a little bit before it gets difficult here in a couple of weeks.
Grant, they're the luckiest team in the NBA sometimes.
I know. Yep.
No way to explain it. Despite this weird tour of the East Coast in Canada, they're still lucky as hell.
Okay. 69-59. We'll be back after the half. We appreciate it, and enjoy the second half, everybody. Bye-bye.